Welcome again to another one of my Adam's Corner videos where I spotlight some of the latest physical media releases by letting you actually see them as opposed to just the audio portion, which I do on my monthly podcast where I round up all of the entertainment titles. August has been a little bit of a slim month, I will admit. I haven't received any Criterion titles as of yet. I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a chance to review some of the August Criterion titles. But I have gotten a few things in that I wanted to talk about on this short video. It's going to be a short video. But we'll go ahead and start with a Kino Lorber release from 1976. This is Aces High, and you can see it's a slipcase, handsome slipcase cover, and it stars Malcolm McDowell, Christopher Plummer, Simon Ward, and Peter Firth is in this as well. It's basically Malcolm McDowell is training fighter pilots during World War I, and one of his new recruits is Peter Firth, and he's really a sensitive kid, and so there's a strain between the two of them. Things kind of come to a boiling point, so to speak. Anyway, this was originally, I think it's from Studio Canal. They've licensed this title from. It has a new audio commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, interview with the director Jack Gold, interview with the star Malcolm McDowell, and a short film about the original premiere of Aces High. And a restoration comparison. It's nice to have this on Blu-ray. It's a pretty solid film, World War I film, that is not as widely known as it should be. The transfer is, as you would expect, pretty, quite stellar for a Blu-ray presentation. I think the bit rate was around 35 to 40 when I was megabytes per second. So Aces High, a Criterion release there. I just wanted to talk about that one. Marie, A True Story. This is a Warner Archive release, and it's based on the true story of a single mom named Marie Raggianti, I can't remember exactly how to pronounce her name. She worked for the Tennessee Parole Board. She was the head of the Tennessee Parole Board, and she discovered some of the dangerous criminals were getting out, and found out that there was a lot of these criminals were getting out because high officials were getting paid off to let them out early, and they were a menace to society, and she saw the corruption and decided to do something about it, and was promptly dismissed from her job. And then she hired an attorney, Fred Dalton Thompson, who was a real attorney, plays himself in this film, and it launched his acting career. Morgan Freeman also in this, Jeff Daniels. This is one of those Dino De Laurentiis productions that was originally released by MGM. And it's a really solid film directed by Roger Donaldson, who would go on to do No Way Out just a couple of years later. It's a kind of an underseen film, but it is a true story, as the title says. Marie, A True Story with Sissy Spacek, and I really do like this. Nice score by Francis Lay, who also did Love Story and A Man and a Woman, of course. So, a really handsome transfer here. Really solid. Again, high bit rates around 40 to 50. Looks good. And there's only a trailer on this, theatrical trailer. So people expecting a lot of extras there's not usually not a lot of extras on some of these Warner Archive titles. Sometimes, but then sometimes not. And so this is one of those that doesn't have a lot of extras. But the film itself in widescreen and being remastered is almost enough, if you ask me, because it's a really great film. We have Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders, which is a double feature. This is one of those. These are two of the animated films from the late 90s, early 2000s that brought back some of the original voice cast and some new ones as well. These stories are a little bit different because they have actual monsters in them. They've done several of these releases Warner Archive has recently, and this is the latest. And again, solid transfers on these. It's about the best you're going to get from these films. They were released direct to video in their day. This includes making of featurettes, promotional trailers, and Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost music video. So, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. Warner Archive releasing those. And then we also have a documentary here from a label called Gravitas Ventures. And I wasn't familiar with this film, but it's a really fascinating film about the making, about the makeup, the revolutionary makeup work that went into Planet of the Apes in 1968. It's the emotional and thrilling story of how 50 years ago, or actually over 50 now, I guess it's about 56 at this point, but it says 50 years ago on the back of the on the artwork here. A group of ambitious makeup artists led by John Chambers and Tom Berman ushered in a new era of cinema with their groundbreaking work on Planet of the Apes, and it is a good documentary, though. Very well done, solid transfer on this. Directed by William Conlon. No extras on this one. It's just a movie only, but that's, if you're a fan of Planet of the Apes, this is one you definitely want to investigate and take a peek at. And last but not least is the Paramount Steelbook release of Collateral, starring Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Of course, this has previously been issued by Paramount. And now it's been issued in this collectible Steelbook, so we can take a look at that. I'll show you what that looks like. I haven't got. This is an identical transfer to the original one that was released a couple of years ago. There we go. Got your digital code, and just a Blu-ray and a 4K disc there. You can see. With a handsome packaging, all the extras from the 4K release from a couple of years ago have been retained. So if anybody is interested in what it comes with, there's nothing really new here, but it's just the collectible packaging that is the main draw on this. So if you're a fan of Collateral, and it is a great film, I mean, who can argue with that? I would recommend maybe picking it up and trading in your other one for something else that you may really want. Because this is a nice packaging that Paramount has done on this. So anyway, that pretty much is all I have to talk about on this very short video, showcasing some of the recent releases that I have received. Like I said, not a whole lot, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that maybe with disk replication issues going on, maybe that's causing some of the problems in the pipeline. I guess we will find out sooner or later. But for now, that's going to be it on this weekly edition of the Adams Corner videos that I put up. And I appreciate you watching, those of you who do, and commenting. I really enjoy interacting with you. And until next time, keep those discs spinning.